How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
We are at the end of the event today.
Yes.
How's it been?
It's been good. I feel very tired now, which is always a good sign, right? It was lovely to have lots of different conversations with some people that I've never met before. There's generally on the conference scene, you sort of see the same faces. So it was really nice to get to know some new principals, some people who've moved around into the region. Yeah, it was good.
Fantastic. So tell us about the purpose of this morning's event.
Okay, so there's been an awful lot of policies released by ADEC, who are the regulator here in Abu Dhabi, 37 new policies specifically, and the digital policy is obviously a brand new kind of concept within the region. There's an awful lot of crossover between all those different policies and the digital policy, and it's just about highlighting how do we take that and how do we actually put that into practice in our schools.
Okay, so in terms of digital policy, what are some of the key components that underpin a good digital policy?
A good digital policy would have strong governance, so making sure that everybody knows their responsibility. So one of the key aspects of today was actually saying it isn't one person's responsibility. So when we talk about safeguarding, for instance, in schools, we talk about it being everybody's responsibility, and we're very much trying to bring that same impetus into digital. So a good digital policy would have an outline of who and where is responsible. The fact that it does cover safeguarding, it is massively important to inclusion and accessibility for our students, especially when even here we have so many multi and bilingual students, but we also have an awful lot of EAL students. We also have an awful lot of SEN students, and so the inclusion and accessibility of the devices we use is really important.
So what are some of the best practices then for engaging teachers and students into these digital policies and digital strategies?
So in terms of engaging teachers, from the work that I've done, I found generally it's about finding out what their passion is and their sort of area of expertise as an educator. So if it's that they are a pastoral care leader, then it's going into that side of it. Well, what does that mean for their job role and how does that affect them? If they're a teacher, maybe it's looking more at pedagogy. If they're a leader, it's looking at the strategic governance of that and how it is actually going to have an impact on the whole school. So I think it's very much about kind of driving into those different elements. And with students, it's about educating them and doing it in a way that actually is exciting and fun, and most importantly, really relevant, instead of that kind of didactic, like you will do this, you will do that, actually kind of bringing them into the fold and helping them create that themselves with each other.
And one of the things you always like to kind of bring into your talks is about the 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. So for schools out there and for leaders out there who are new into this, what are you going to recommend for them to be doing over the next 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months?
So 5 days actually came up in some of the feedback from the people that came today, which was read the policies, understand them more, look at where those crossovers are happening. Obviously, if we haven't read them and don't know them, that we can't really make any more next steps from there. 5 weeks is definitely about making sure that everybody in the school is engaged with those policies, understanding that it's going to have an impact on next year's professional development. It's going to need to have training. There may be experts we need to bring in. There's policies that we need to revise. But importantly, there's also procedures and things that we actually need to build as a culture. And it's starting to plan what those look like. So 5 weeks of having those conversations, discussing with each other, working that out. And then 5 months would be putting that into practice and working out if what we thought would work does work, and if not, changing it and remodifying it.
Amazing. And obviously this week is a very busy week.
It is.
Because we now have guests coming up. Plans to be there?
I am. I will be delivering 2 panel sessions. One I am chairing, the second I am on. One is about AI, the other one is about coding and robotics. And then I'm also delivering an AI and inclusion workshop on the Thursday.
Fantastic. So people can come and find you out there.
Yes.